Hey friends, it's your girl Cassandra coming at you on this Monday afternoon with your 10-minute takeaway. If you don't know who I am, my name is Cassandra Bellevue. I am a certified life coach and an author. And so all month I have been doing these daily 10-minute takeaways because I want to give you guys a behind the scene glimpse of the types of conversations that I am having with my clients. What I specialize in is mindset life coaching. That's for the people trying to figure out what is their purpose in life. What are they here for? Why did God put me here on this planet? What are my gifts? What are my talents? What are the things that I'm skilled at? Believe it or not, there are a lot of people who think I have no purpose. I don't have some divine reason for being here on the earth. And that, my friends, is a lie. God literally knitted you together in your mother's womb, and he put a mission inside of you and sent you into the earth in this day and time for you to affect change. Wrap your brain around that. Another type of life coaching that I do is called execution life coaching. And that's usually when people finally do wrap their minds around the beautiful purpose that God has built them with, and they're ready to launch out and to execute on it. So whether that's starting a business, writing that book, starting that non-for-profit, starting that vlog or podcast or whatever it is that they're doing, a lot of times the thought of moving forward is so daunting. It's like, how do I get from here to completely launching? How do I get from here to cutting that red ribbon and grand opening? You know what I mean? And that's when I get to leverage my 13 years of IT project management and put a plan together to get you from where you are right now today into full-term launching by the end of 2024. So before we get into today's topic, I want to do my quick housekeeping items, and really it's just go out to CassandraBellevue.com, and there's 3 important reasons to go out there. Number 1, once you get out there, you will be welcomed by a pop-up box that's going to invite you to be part of my email community. And if you have liked these videos, or today's videos inspiring to you, you're going to be getting more of the same as part of the email family. Also, you'll be the first to know about any promos or product and merch giveaways that we do. Right now in March, we're opening up registrations for 5 more clients, and then we're going to close it down again. And then when we reopen it, those on the email list will be the first to know about opening. So go ahead and join that so that you're in the know and you don't miss out on any encouraging emails. Number 2, there is a $5 sale going on out there, CassandraBellevue.com/store. And basically we have tanks and t-shirts that say pressed but not crushed with that logo on it. And we've got hats and beanies and visors to get you right for summer and for spring break. And then my favorite thing that's happening right now on CassandraBellevue.com is my $15 sale. I have packaged together my book, Pressed But Not Crushed, and the 30-day devotional that I wrote that goes along with it for $15. And if it puts it into perspective, Pressed But Not Crushed by itself is retail priced at $17.99. So go out there and grab yourself the dynamic duo. Get you a set, get a set for your friends and family, start a book club, start a Bible study. This book is for you if you're somebody who feels like you're at your wit's end. The pressures of life have got you on the verge of giving up on yourself and your purpose and your goals, and you just need to get your fight back, okay? This is chock full of all types of things that are going to get you to get your fight back. We're going to dive deep into the armor of God as it's explained in the Word of God, how you put it on daily to fight and push back against anything that's trying to hinder you or delay you or to get you to just stop altogether. It's chock full with tons of testimonies from my personal life, of different situations that I had to overcome by the grace of God. So if you want to be encouraged and you want to get that second win, I encourage you to grab a copy. So as we've been doing these 10-minute takeaways, we've been talking about all kinds of topics that me and my clients have been talking about. Last week, we were diving deep into things that can hinder your purpose and calling. And then we kind of morphed into things that can catapult and jettison you into your purpose and calling. And as we got into the things that could catapult you topics, I realized that there was a handful of topics that all fell underneath what I would call the obedience umbrella. So we talked about divine instructions. There's going to be times where God tells you something very specific to do. Think Noah and the ark. You know, he comes to Noah, he gives him the blueprint. This is how you're going to build it. Rain is coming out the sky. Sometimes it's like, what? Because back in Noah's day, water did not come out of the sky. The earth watered itself. So there's times that God's going to give you instructions and divine instructions that aren't going to make logical sense. And you've got to know how to handle those. We talked about good stewardship. We talked about the parable of the talents and, you know, the story that's pretty popular in the Bible about 3 servants given different amounts of money. The first 2 doubled what they got. The last one did nothing with it, got called a wicked servant and got kicked out. So when God gives us something to do, we want to be a good steward. We want to put our best foot forward. We want to do the best we possibly can and not be lazy about it. And today I want to talk about faithfulness. And faithfulness is really, really important. You know, faithfulness is like overcoming battle weariness. And again, like I was talking about the purpose of my book, sometimes like life comes at you really strong. Sometimes you're getting it from every direction, right? There's a lot of times where life is just overwhelming and you want to be faithful to the things that God calls you to do. And you know, in the different examples that I shared earlier, there's some things that God will call you to do, they'll be quick. You know, you're obedient, do something really quick, and there's other things he'll call you to do that'll take time, months, maybe even years, maybe even decades. How do you stay faithful to what he's called you to do? And so I was looking at the definition of faithful, and it says remaining loyal and steadfast. And I was like, wow, remaining loyal to what though? You've got to know your why. And this is one of the things that I talk to my clients about. If you don't have a strong why, if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, what's going to keep you in place and keep you going strong, keep you being steadfast when things get hard, when things get difficult, when you are experiencing a lot of pushback. I wanted to look up the word steadfast too, so I did look that up. And steadfast means a firm belief, a determination, adherence, loyalty. And you know, when we're talking about purpose, calling, and destiny, it's so important to understand that this is how I'm wired. This is what God has called me to do. I'm going to be faithful to what he's calling me to do because it's all working out for my good and it's all catapulting me and moving me towards my purpose, calling, and destiny. And you know, that's part of the mindset life coaching that I do. You've got to get rooted and grounded in what you're doing, why you're doing it, in order for you to be loyal and faithful and steadfast. It is of maximum importance. And a lot of times people will quit things easily or move onto something different or abandon ship, and it's because there's not a lot of loyalty, there's not a lot of faithfulness to what they're doing. It's kind of like, you know, companies when they have mission statements, you know, they know why they're doing what they're doing and they know exactly the type of change that they're trying to affect. Do you know what kind of change you're trying to affect in the world? You know, one of my things that I say all the time is there's something that you carry that the world is in desperate need of. You know, if you don't understand that you're a rare person that's going to bring whatever it is you have to bring to the world, you'll be like, somebody else will do it. Got to get somebody else to do it. And in some cases, he will, but nobody's going to do it quite like you do it, right? And so I just want to encourage you guys that when it comes to your purpose, you got to get rooted and grounded in that thing. You got to understand why you're doing what you're doing. So when the persecution comes, when the hindrances and delay and the warfare comes, you are, like the Bible says, setting your face as flint and you are unmoved. You know what you're about. You know why you're doing what you're doing and you're not going to be pushed around. And that is what I'm trying to instill in my clients, because let's face it, whatever it is you're doing, especially if it's going to be world-changing, life-changing, it's going to come with its fair share of resistance. And you got to be ready to 10 toes down, do it, whatever it is that God's calling you to do. So I encourage you to go out to my Linktree and schedule some time with me. I'm doing free 15-minute Approach the Coach sessions where we can talk about your purpose. What are you passionate about? You can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but a lot of times it helps people to figure out if my coaching here at Bellevue Life Coaching is the right type of coaching for you. And then maybe it's the mindset coaching. But this month, we're putting both of the tracks together because I believe that God is accelerating people in this year. So reach out to me if you have any questions, put them down below, and like and follow, and I'll see you